Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're talking about Bitcoin, the bulls versus the bears. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember to check out the sale on the premium list if you want to know how I'm navigating these markets. You can lock in the low rate. You can find a link to that in the description below as well. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we've discussed the 20-week forever, right? Forever. And you'll notice the battle rages on right at the 20-week SMA. Okay, so the 20-week SMA is now a very modest 43.8K. And we are now trading at 43.8K. This is the 20-week, and this is where the battle is taking place. So you have the bulls that are saying, you know, the cycle's not over. We're going to go up higher. We're going to go to, we're going to go back to 50K, probably consolidate there a bit, figure out what we're going to do, and then move higher, maybe come back down, test the 20-week, and then go higher, go to six figures, right? So these are the bulls. And then you have the bears that say, no. This is the same thing we've seen, right? A bounce off the 50-week back to the 20-week. Okay, so you have these battles going on between, different trains of thought, right? Is it all down from here, right? Is it all down from here? Or are we going into the next leg of the cycle now? Now, what I would say is we would like to see, if you want to see this cycle, immediately begin the next leg, then what we would like to see is, again, a weekly close above the 20-week. And then hopefully we go up, we come back down, test it as support. If we get rejected, I think a lot of people thought that I just made up these numbers of 3 to 6 months back in May. But I actually did put some thought into them. First of all, it came from, being in the markets for a long time and seeing that in the summer, the market just isn't so great, right? A lot of times in the summer, Bitcoin's not really doing a whole lot. And that was the reason why I said 3 months. I also, if you go back and look over here, you can see that this one was about a 3-month wait to bounce off the 50-week. Okay, so that was where the 3 months came from. And I said that because I thought, well, if it takes us 3 months, like last time, it'll take us about 3 months to get back to the 20-week. That was where why I said three months to begin with. And then I say up to 6 months in case we get rejected, and then maybe on the second pass. Okay, so that's generally what I think, right? Either we make it on this first pass after the bounce off the 50-week, and if that fails, then I would think that the next one should succeed. Okay, that's what I would like to see, and that's where the 3 to 6 month window that I gave you guys came from. Just realizing that, if we make it through here, then we knew it was a possibility to come out of the summer and start moving up again. And if we get rejected, we also have to contend with the fact that it's likely going to be a few more months, right? Because if we get rejected, then we come back down for a little bit, and then we have to come back up and test it a little bit later on, and then that'll be the true test, right? And the problem here is if we fail to break it here, and we fail to break it here, and if we come back down to say, like, these values down here, which I don't think we're going to go back to 10K. Like, I really don't think we're going to go back to those levels. But if we went to those levels, then it's clear that, the lengthening cycle model is wrong. It's clear that the 4-year cycle model is wrong. It's clear that the stock to flow model is wrong. Okay. So if we go back down to, say, like 10K, which is what I see a lot of bears calling for, and what, they're saying this is the market cycle peak, and we are in fact due for an 80% drop to take us all the way back down, to around $10,000, $12,000. So that's what the bears would want to have you believe, and that this is just a systematic test of the 20-week after a bounce off the 50-week. And my thinking remains unchanged. I think that, we could get rejected here, and if we do, then I believe we probably would be successful in the next attempt if we're not successful on this attempt. And I do think we'll ultimately trend to 6 figures. this market cycle. So we also, I also want to take a look here at some of the other things we look at. One of the indicators that we've looked at before is our corridor. And I think it's done a relatively decent job so far. If we zoom all the way in, okay, we can see that it actually did provide a steady support area throughout the summer. Okay, and I actually created it right before the summer, like back in April, I believe. So far it's done a pretty good job. We are now at 44K or just below 44K. The top part has started to fold over, and the top part says that the upper limit instantaneously would be a modest $110,000. So that would be in the event that we break through the 20-week and then just start climbing, okay? The logarithmic regression band, if we go look at that, it says the top could go all the way to 102 right now, okay? And I mean, again, it goes up every single day, but it's saying, you know what? The logarithmic regression band says, I'll allow for $102,000 Bitcoin, $102,402. So that's what the models are telling us. We remain in no man's land with the logarithmic regression lines. We're sort of not all the way down here. We're not at the top. We're sort of in no man's land. Similar in fact to what we saw back in 2013 when we we came back down to the middle region. And then before, we didn't actually go back down to this region, right? We just went back up all the way to the top. So that's, I think, what we're sort of looking at right now is, are we going to just go back up? And if we do, then the upper logarithmic regression band would constrict it to 102. Okay, but again, as I say, models are made to be broken. Hopefully that provides a brief update. The battle is a pretty fierce battle, right? Because you have a lot of people opening up longs and shorts. Obviously that stuff is very risky and I do not recommend it. And that's why I do not show you guys affiliate links to those leverage trading websites. So I'd be really careful if you're doing that. I know some of you guys are doing that. I would say be very, very careful of that, because it's one way you can lose a lot of money. And hopefully the battle can last for a while, remember? And we don't care about wicks. We just want to see weekly closes, right? We want to see weekly closes above the 20 week. At this moment in time, at the time that I'm making this video, we are above it. We're above the 20 week. Just barely, but we're above it. Let's see where we are tomorrow night and see if we can close above it. And if we do, and we then start a new weekly candle and it starts pushing up, it's going to look relatively bullish. And then from there, the only other thing we have to do, in my opinion, would be to come back down, test it as support, and then hopefully we're off to the races. Okay, so if you guys like the content, remember to subscribe. Let's go for 500,000 subscribers. Give the video a thumbs up. We do have the premium list. We do weekly reports and videos, the Telegram alerts channel, the Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, the Into the Cryptoverse app, and more. Make sure you guys check it out. You can find the sale in the description below. Lock and low rate as long as you don't cancel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.